Aloha everyone, this is Lenora, Hawaii's Pickle Lady. Today we're doing something very Hawaiian, although it's done all over the world. This is something called Kalua pig. Which we call in Hawaii, but nowadays they like to call it Kalua pork. This is a must at every luau, and traditionally it goes in a pit. They dig a hole in the ground and burn charcoal in it for several hours until it's really good and hot. And then they take a whole clean young pig, or it could be a pig of 250 pounds for a big party. And then what they do is they salt it with rock salt or Hawaiian salt, what we call in Hawaii. You can also use something called alae, A-L-A-E. It's a red salt, and it makes it red from the rocks in the mountains, like on Kauai. I went with a friend one time, and she showed us where to dig for this special rock that gives it the red color. And then what they do is they mix it with regular Hawaiian salt. So salting process is very important. So what I have here is a pork butt, and this is a big one. It's about 8.5 pounds. You can use anywhere from 4 pounds and up, depending on what kind of cut you have. So what I have here is a fork, and I'm just gonna poke holes to make sure all the juices get in it. Very simple recipe, just 3 ingredients and that's it. So I'm just going to turn it around and keep on poking it so that the juices hopefully will get in there. But when it cooks, it'll be very soft. Now today we're using the slow cooker or the crock pot. And usually, like say for a 4 or 5 pound pork butt, the family's been doing it for about 4 hours on high, and it comes out really good and juicy. So, and then if you look on YouTube, there's some people that recommend that you cook it in the crock pot for 20 hours, but I don't think that's necessary. When you do it like 4 or 5 hours or so, it's fine. Okay, almost there. You can also do this in the oven. So in the oven, at home we have tea leaves, T-I. So these are the long leaves, and then they put it in a foil pan, put tea leaves on it, and then put the Kalua pork or the pork butt in it, and then rub the salt and the liquid smoke in, and then they wrap it up real good, cover it with foil, and they cook it at 325 for about 5 hours, and that also gets very good. Now if you don't have the tea leaves here, which we don't, you can probably use the Chinese leaves that are the bamboo leaves. They're skinnier, but you have to soak them, and I think it'll kind of give you the same results. Or perhaps banana leaves too. It'll throw off a nice flavor. Okay, now that I've kind of pricked the pork really good, all you do is you take, and I have here rock salt. Now we don't have Hawaiian salt here, but as long as it's sea salt, the coarse type of salt, or any other kind of salt is fine. So I have here 1 1/2 tablespoons of salt, which is equal to 4.5 teaspoons of salt. So I'm just gonna put it all over. And this is really delicious. I mean, you can do several things with this. At the end I'll show you, you can even make sandwiches too, like pork sandwiches, and then a lot of times people like to cook it with head cabbage, shredded head cabbage at the end. Okay, now the other thing we're going to use is 1 tablespoon of liquid smoke, like this. You can get this in any grocery store. And it goes a long way because it's very concentrated. So just pour it all over. And then just kind of rub everything in. Try to get all the liquid smoke in there really good. And you don't have to put water or anything because the water will come out from the meat itself. And you can turn it halfway if you want, but it's not necessary because the juices will just about cover everything. Okay. Now I have the crock pot. I'll take off. Well, let's see. We'll put the pork butt into the crock pot, and just pour the rest of the juices in. See, it almost, if you have it much bigger, you'd have a hard time closing it. So I'll take these gloves off. And any kind of crock pot will do. So we'll plug it in. Okay, now we're gonna turn on the crock pot. And it's on already, it's lit, but it's kind of hard to see. It's on high, and I'm gonna put it to 6 hours. Okay, so you can check it after 5 hours. And like I said, you can turn it halfway if you like. And then you can just take a fork, and when you can just pull it out, it'll be nice and ready, okay? So we just cover it, and we'll see you in about 5 or 6 hours. Okay, now the pork is done. It took about 7 hours because this is a large piece of meat. So we took it out and put it in a pan. I'm gonna take out the bone. You can use it for soup later or discard it, whichever you want. Just put the bone here. And then now, to make the Kalua pig, all you do is you take 2 forks and you shred it up. And we can do many things with this, so I'm going to show you a few things you can do. Now at luaus, they just serve it like this. They don't mix it up with cabbage or anything like that. But today we're going to make some with some cabbage, some head cabbage that's shredded up. And then we'll just fry it in a pan. So I'm not going to shred all of this because it'll take a while, but just to show you how nice and soft this is. So like I said, even if you cook it longer than 7 hours, it won't hurt it because it'll be soft but not overly done. See how soft it is all the way through. It's cooked down really well. Really nice pieces. Now this was 8.5 pounds of pork butt, but you can imagine if you had a party and you had to feed 100 people, how many pork butts would you need? Or if you did an imu, I-M-U, the pit, where you roasted a whole pig, it'll take hours and a long time to shred all the meat from the pig itself and discard the bones. So actually I said to put 1 tablespoon of liquid smoke, but we added 1 more tablespoon, so in total 2 tablespoons of liquid smoke. I think it made a better taste. And you can put as much gravy as you like, to keep it moist. You see a lot of the gravy is in the pot here, and then you can taste it, adjust your seasoning if you think you need more salt. Okay, that's good. But right now I'm going to show you several things you can do with this when you're done. So what we're going to do is make a pulled pork sandwich. So I have here some barbecue sauce. Any brand is okay. And I have here, actually, because it's Hawaiian, it's a Hawaiian sweetbread bun. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put the some of the pork, mix it up with the juices, and put it on the bread. And I have a wonderful, tasty sandwich here. Put as much as you like. And if you want to garnish it with other things, you can after too. But I'm just putting this much on it. And then all you do is you drizzle some of your sauce. And it'll be really delicious. Okay, that's it. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is Kalua pig and cabbage. Now I'm going to make the Kalua pig and cabbage. So I put about a tablespoon of oil. The pan was hot, then I put the oil in. And now I'm going to put in the cabbage. Okay, so we put in the cabbage. And this will shrink a lot, so you can put a lot of cabbage. I like more cabbage than meat, but the family likes more meat than cabbage, so up to you how much you want to put. And this will take a few minutes to cook. So in the meantime, we'll do a soft taco on this side. For the taco, soft taco, or you can use a hard shell taco, or you can use a tostada, or you can make even a burrito with this. Okay, so just put some of the meat on it. Depends how much meat you like. Okay, then we put some salsa. And some sour cream.
Cheese.
Yeah, okay. Now sprinkle some shredded cheese, your choice, cheddar cheese, Monterey Jack, anything. Okay. And now you can just roll it up. And here's your taco. Oh, you can put some cilantro, onions if you want, but this is just the basic. And it's ready to eat. Keep on stirring the cabbage. It's almost ready. Just get it softened. And this only takes a few minutes, so you see you can make many dishes with this. And this 8-pound of pork seems a lot, but when you start making all these different things, it goes very fast. You can also add onions and garlic too if you like. Put some green onions. Okay, now I think we can add the Kalua pork. Keep washing in here. Just mix it up real good. And if you want to make your own luau, this can be part of your dishes. Later on, we'll do some other Hawaiian things like lomi salmon, which is a salmon salad, and chicken long rice, which goes well with all of this. But for right now, we're just doing the Kalua pig and cabbage. Now I'm adding some of the sauce from the Kalua pig to give it moisture and taste. Then just give it a good stir. Okay, and it's done. Okay, now we're gonna put this in a bowl, ready to serve. See how nice and moist, luscious it is. You can eat this with rice, with poi, if you're so lucky to get some. It's really good. Everybody will enjoy this. This is one of the dishes where you can make it and forget about it in the crock pot. Okay, this is just 4 different things that you can do with Kalua pig, but there are many more. Just be creative. You can do sliders, you can do in burger buns, so you can eat it plain like this, and that's the way they usually serve it at luau's. Then of course you cook it with cabbage, and I said you can add onions and garlic. Then you can make a taco or a tostada, any way you want, crispy or soft. And then you can also make a pulled pork sandwich. If you like this video, please don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, and comment. And if you have any requests, let me know, because we've been following some of your requests. So thank you for watching. Mahalo.